Hello and welcome back again. My name is Snake, and today, welcome back to another video. Now, the video I'm going to be doing today is my top 10 favourite skins of 2018, which, if you guys don't know, I normally do at the end of the year, which I didn't do in December for 2018. I was on my little mini break, or I hiatus. It wasn't really much of a break, to be honest. It was just me not bothering to do stuff. But anyway, the videos I normally do every single year is, covering my favorite skins, and I think I've done this for 3 years in a row. I think this is my fourth. It might actually be my third. It's probably my third. Now I think about it. But yeah, I didn't do it this year, or last year. However, I'm doing it now to make up for the fact that I didn't do it at the end of last year. So, you still got it, which is cool. But before we start, I do need to talk about two skins lines that are not covered in this list because they're not actually that good. Or at least they're decent, but they're not my favourite skins of the year. The first one is the Pajama Guardians. So, the first thing is the Pajama Guardians. I actually don't mind these skins, however, I do want Riot to take another look at these. Personally, I am not a big fan of doing like glorified chromas for skins already in the game. I think if you want to do this type of system, you need to give these skins out for free in some way. You can also put them behind an event pass. I actually don't think event passes are like a bad idea, and I think grinding out for these skins I think is a much better option than just to put them into the store for 749 RP. I think that's a little bit much for these types of skins, and especially if you already own the Star Guardian, I don't see the point in ever getting the Pajama Guardian, unless if you prefer it, I guess. But I just don't see the point in selling them. I think putting them as an event pass or just some other way of grinding for them. Either way, like either way, I don't think you should just be paying up front for these skins, personally. The second type of skin I want to talk about is the prestigious skins. Now, there are two different versions. There are the event passes, and then there's the prestige point ones. The event passes ones, I actually don't mind that much. I think some of these are, I like the idea behind uh, the event pass, and I think it's an okay thing. However, I do think some of these prestige skins that we've gotten are a little bit lazy. I think the Kai'Sa, so far, I think the Kai'Sa, Akali, and Ari, and currently the Fizz one on the PBE, are actually pretty decent in some ways. However, the Aatrox and the Vayne skins are actually a little bit shit and not worth it at all. The idea is, for these skins, there are currently two skins that are tied behind an event pass, which is there's three skins tied behind these event passes, which is the Kai'Sa, Akali, and also Vayne. And you pay into these a pass, and then if you keep playing the games, you earn these points, and when you've got enough points, you can purchase one of these prestige skins, which is pretty cool. The second one, which is currently housing the Aatrox, the Ari, and soon to be the Fizz one, which is the point system, the prestige points. This is the one I can't agree with. So if you don't know, the prestige points you can only get by purchasing loot boxes. The thing is, you need 100 prestige points, and you only get so many when you purchase these loot boxes, which, if you want to get the 100 points for the lowest value, that's £115 for me. So I don't know how much it is for other countries, for whether it's dollars or euros, but I do know it's £115 for me, which is fucking disgusting. And sure, you can get some more skins out of it rather than just the one prestige skin, but you're not guaranteed to get what you want, which I find just fucking disgusting and should not be happening. I've always been against loot boxes. I think loot boxes is just a vile thing and should never exist, but what can you do in this fucking current world? So I'm not a big fan of that. But they're the ones I just quickly wanted to cover. They're shit. The prestige stuff is shitty and should have a little bit of an update, rework to the point system. And then I think the Pajama Guardians are okay, but I don't think you should be paying for them. Or at least not directly. I do think putting them into an event pass, I think is a good idea. So let's start with the honorable mentions for the top 10. So there's 3 honorable mentions I do want to talk about, which is Dragon Trainer Heimerdinger, which I actually personally really liked. I know there's a lot of people talking that they didn't like the skin. At least a lot of my friends also don't like the skin. Personally, I love it. I don't know. I just really like the skin. It's a wacky, silly one, and it's pretty fun. The second one I do want to talk about is the Samsung Galaxy Zaya, or SSG Zaya. Now, I really wanted to put her into the list. However, one thing that I want to limit myself to is having one skin per line. So I didn't do a lot of lines here. Like I don't have an entire list full of KDA, which to be honest, there wouldn't be. Didn't I only like one of the KDA skins? A lot. But for Zaya, I actually really like. There's another one on the list. Spoilers, which I think is a bit better than the Zaya one, but I still really like the Zaya one, so I do have to give it an honorable mention. And then finally, one of the most underrated skins of last year, in my personal opinion, is the Gun Goddess Misfortune. So this was last year's ultimate skin, which a lot of people didn't like, mainly because it didn't do stuff. It didn't do new stuff. It was just a retread of old ultimate skins, which I understand that's a bit shitty, but I think the skin overall is fucking amazing. I really love it, and I can't use any other skin on Misfortune other than Gun Goddess now because I've just gotten so used to it, and it's just so good. I love it. Sure, I would have still liked to have something brand new to the skin rather than just retreading, but I still think it's pretty cool, and they did sell it for a little bit cheaper. I think they sold it for nearly 400 RP cheaper, I believe it was, which is pretty good in my opinion. Now let's start off on the list. Starting off with my 10th favorite skin or skins, I guess, is the Lunar Eclipse slash Solar Eclipse Leona. So this skin is pretty damn cool. It's one legendary skin that came out last year, and I actually really like the idea behind this one. So if you guys don't know, I believe it was a old Riot concept. It might be a fan one. I can't remember. But there was a concept of like a lot more armored, darker version of Leona that this skin clearly is took from. It's very similar in design. The weapon she uses is very similar, but overall, I really like this skin as it takes the base Leona and basically amps it up by 1,000. Because it's not much different overall than what base Leona runs with, being the whole like big armor gladiatorial kind of knight for the sun. Whereas a lot of the other skins, sure they have the sun element, it's kind of in a kit, but the skin itself doesn't represent the sun in some ways. Pool Party is the only one that's closer, but that's a little bit different in a lot of regards. But this one is basically base Leona, but what if base Leona was a 10 times million more powerful goddess thing? I don't know. Either way, I really like this skin. At number 9, we have Dark Waters Vladimir. This skin for me is actually one of those skins I really didn't expect to like. Mainly because Vladimir isn't the type of champion that I like a lot of his skins in general. I'm not a big fan of how he looks, how he's operating in the game. In terms of visuals at least. I just think he's one of those more boring champions in terms of visuals. And there wasn't really much you can do with Vladimir as well. But I think they really captured a really unique, badass looking guy in Darkwater Vlad. So, yeah, it's number 9 for a reason. It's pretty damn good. At number 8, we have the glorious old fucking Sneaky, or Pizza Delivery Sivir, as you should be calling it. But this skin was easily one of the best skins released last year. It's in the top 10. It's number 8. I actually really like this one. I think the chromas are a little bit on the lame side, but this skin is fantastic. It's by far one of my favorite April Fool's joke skins. And the fact that this was based on a extremely old concept that I believe even Riot did. I think Riot did it. I can't remember what year, but I believe they did it at PAX one year. They did a pizza delivery Sivir concept, and it was amazing, and people wanted it ever since. It was one of the very early seasons, and we've only finally got it last year, which is super cool. I love it. It's great. I love throwing pizzas at people, and I like the fact that every Chrome has different sets of pizzas, even though I don't think the Chromes are that good. But, you know, it's still pretty fucking cool. Next up, we have the Cosmic Queen Ashe. This skin is actually one of those skins where overall it's not like that great, to be honest. It's like I can't say in terms of just how it looks on its own is that much better than the likes of Sivir, Vlad, and Leona below her, and many others that are not even on this list. But one thing that I do really like about this is just the fucking. I really do like the particles. The particles on this skin look fucking gorgeous. I love the particles on this. The skin itself is not too good on its base, but some of the chromas to me really boast of this skin, such as the emerald or the pink, even the dark red one. I think all makes this skin look so much better and makes it look a lot. Just it's amazing when you start adding chromas on top of the particle effects that it has, which makes it just a gorgeous skin. And it's only on here literally because of chromas saving it. Otherwise, I think it would probably been just an honorable mention it for that. So, chromas, chromas are cool. I do wish they would make some better base skins. Cough, cough. Mecha Rengar, why are you so shit? But you know, what can you do? Next up, we have one of the more interesting skins that I actually like the concept behind, which is the Championship Kha'Zix. So this skin on its own isn't the most interesting skin, it's just a normal championship one. However, again, this skin has chromas, and the chromas for this skin are fantastic. So if you don't know, the chromas for this skin are actually based on the teams that attended Worlds. So you can get the Fnatic, Kha'Zix, you can get the IG Kha'Zix, you can get G2 Kha'Zix. Like, just every team that went to Worlds, there is a version of Kha'Zix for them, which is super cool. I like that idea, and I generally hope that they continue doing that from now on. Now, whatever the championship skin is for next year, or this year, to be honest, whatever one is for this year, I hope they also do these team-based chromas, as I think that is one of the best ideas. But in terms of championship Kha'Zix on its own as a base skin, I still think it's really cool. It's still really fucking nice looking, especially for a championship skin, as they're normally good, but not amazing. But I think this one is a lot better than a lot of the others have come out, really. Next up, we then have the Samsung Galaxy Thalia. So this is the one that I was talking about when I mentioned Xayah, was the Thalia version of the Samsung Galaxy. I love this skin. This skin is just fucking amazing. Now, personally, I'm not a big Thalia fan. I'm not I don't play a lot of Thalia. However, I really love just the visuals, what Thalia brings to the game. Like, there's just so much potential, and a lot of it is brought in with this skin. I really love the whole ancient dragon flame-esque theme that the Samsung Galaxy skins has, and I think it's perfectly it perfectly goes with Xayah the most, I think, and it's absolutely wonderful. I really do like this skin. Next up, we have Divine Sword Irelia. So this is another one of those skins where I think it's kind of saved a little bit by chromas. However, I still think the base skin is incredible. It's still really nice looking. But I do think the chromas for this skin they make it just vastly better, especially the black and yellow one. Like, the black and yellow one makes this skin look crisp. It is so good. Even some of the other chromas in the base still look really cool, but I think the black chroma for this is the reason why I think I can put it at 4th, which is definitely saying something. So, there you go. Another skin kind of saved by chromas. Kind of bad, to be honest. Skins should never be saved by chromas. Anyway, moving on, we then have our number 3 spot, which is the Dark Star Jarvan. There's not really too much to say about this skin, really. It's Dark Star. Like, I love this theme. This theme of Dark Star is by far one of my favorite themes. Just because of the whole idea of taking space and the galaxy and all this shit And making that, pushing that onto a character is one of those things that seems very odd and wouldn't work. But I think Riot has captured that idea really, really well. They've captured it really great with Kha'Zix, Orianna, Thresh, Varus, and even better now with Jarvan. I think Jarvan is up there as one of the best Dark Stars, and it's still really cool. And I genuinely hope Riot does more champions in this theme because it's a great, great theme. Next up, we have a skin for a theme that I've never really liked before, other than now, which is the High Noon Lucian. High Noon is a skin line that is always a bit lame, as it just takes the just general cowboys and stick that, or cowgirls or whatever, and just sticks that onto a champion, which is okay, but it's a little bit boring. However, they decided to reboot the High Noon skins and add more of a demon-esque twist on the Wild West, which makes this really fucking cool. You have the High Noon Urgot, the High Noon Thresh, and also High Noon Lucian that came with this, and they all are amazing. But again, I only want to put one champion or one skin per skin line that came out in the year, and for me, that has to be Lucian. I think Lucian is easily the best out of all of them. It's also another ultimate skin as well, so it has all new animations and stuff. But I just love the fact that throughout you doing your combos and loads of other stuff, you are constantly turning between the human side of Lucian to the demon side of Lucian. So you're constantly switching between the two while you're dashing around doing all your combos. It's great. It looks super cool. And it's easily my second favorite skin of the year. But there is one skin that I think is better than it, which, to be honest, from what I've seen about the community, is also one of the community's favorite skins of last year, which is the KDA Akali. It's a little bit, it's one of those skins that's a little bit obvious. A lot of people say it's one of their favorite skins that came out the year. It was stupidly popular when it came out at Worlds, and I can see why. It's my favorite skin that came out of the year. Personally, I don't like rework Akali. I'm not a big fan of playing it, and I fucking hate playing against it. But I still have to appreciate just how good this skin is. Like, I didn't mind the skin when it first came out, as they did like a mini rework to it afterwards, where when she goes in a shroud, she then had the what was it, the neon colors all over her, which just adds that little really cool factor. And I just love this skin. It is so cool. I love the particles. I love the fact that while you're doing your combos and stuff, you're playing like a very simple like musical beat to it, like simple musical beats and stuff like that. Like, it just sounds cool, it looks cool, and yeah, it's my favorite skin of 2018, and which is cool. And I generally can't wait for skins to start rolling out in 2019. We've already seen a few, and again, just like last year, I think overall there were like some really great hits, but there was also some downers, and I think this year's already had some of those. Like, it's already, I'll say, about 50-50 this year so far. Like, I think the Papercraft skins are fucking amazing. Not for great champions, but, whatever. I think they look pretty cool. You have some shitty ones, such as the Blood Moon Aatrox, I think is a little bit on the lame side. Even Lunar Wraith Silas, I think, is a little bit on the lame side. But I think some cool skins that came out this year, as I said, with the Papercraft, the Blood Moon Sivir, even Archlight Brand, and some of the new dog/cat skins that are coming on the PPE are also looking pretty damn cool. Other than the Yorick one, which I think just looks creepy and wrong, and then the Rengar one is just questionable beyond belief. But I think the dog skins of Corki and Fizz look pretty cool, at least. So yeah, that's it. That's for the whole video. It's nearly 20 minutes long, and I do need to wrap it up here. But anyway, that is today's video. Do you guys agree with me? Do you have your favorite skins of the year? If so, leave them down below. And as always, remember to do all of the normal YouTubey stuff. And I will see you all in the next one. Until then, everyone, peace out.